Hello, I'd like to start out by saying "yet'ikshwik which means it's nice to see you all. We are honored to be present on these unceded Coast Salish territories. The land we are on has been cared for ancestrally by the people of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh nations. We are incredibly grateful to have the opportunity to build and maintain healthy and strong connections to these Indigenous communities.
The Youth Advisory Committee began in 2011 and has been responsible for promoting the rights of children in care, shifting policies within our agency to ensure that we are representing the needs of children and youth.
I think the wisdom that's gained by an Indigenous young person in care is a wisdom that can't be replicated in any other scenario. As they come to understand their identity in the larger context of the process of colonization in this country, as they begin to understand their identity as an Indigenous young person in and from care, it wasn't the fault of their families. It wasn't the fault of their communities. It was the responsibility of the government engaging in a process of colonization that continues on to this day.
I think it's important to have YAC because we want to have a youth voice, I guess. This is like, it's not just adults making the call, because they're not the ones in care.
I love the connections that we build because honestly, when I'm with each and every one of you, I honestly feel like I'm at home. Yeah, you got a lot of support, you know? You have a lot of people guiding you to where you need to be.
For us as adults, I think it's good to humble ourselves, if you should call it that. Mainly listen and hear the words you speak, because there's wisdom in there and there's experience in them.
Yeah, YAC has given me the opportunity to build my self-confidence and my ability to speak out in public and use my voice to advocate what I need and what other youth may need and what needs to change.
Why do you keep coming to YAC?
I'm passionate about the work that we do.
We have four main objectives that guide our work: to ensure that VACFSS has youth voice, to advocate for change in a larger system, to assist in developing and practicing leadership skills amongst committee members, and to assist social workers, programs, and agency to improve their social work practice.
I think it's really nice to be able to actually see the changes happen and to be able to say I was part of that, but there's always more that needs to be done.
Vancouver Aboriginal Child and Family Services take a step forward. I'd like to talk a little bit about this group, acknowledge them as well, coming all the way from Vancouver, British Columbia. And they advocate for the rights of Indigenous children in care and making changes to the child welfare system in Canada. So we'd like to welcome them as well. So say xʷməthkվəy to all your hard work and your advocacy here. We need more Indigenous people to stand up for our children, whether they're in the child welfare system or adoption agencies or wherever they are throughout the country. We know that we need advocates to stand.
Can you imagine being 16, 17, or even 21 and having a room full of 1,000 people give you a standing ovation?
Thank you for creating space for us at your conference and listening to our words. We are happy to answer questions.
It's not lost on them, the impact. And then I see, weeks later, them speak out more assertively in a YAC meeting, them understand these connections at a deeper level. They're consistently now asking for greater cultural opportunities, to travel to remote communities, to bring their message of relationship-based youth advocacy to a larger audience and to really speak out about that. I see their futures as incredibly bright after understanding this piece of identity and after developing significant relationships in community.
YAC is important because who better to learn from than the youth themselves? And it's just such a huge sense of belonging. It's people like me.
In order for us to be seen, we need to show our leadership skills. We need to show them who we are, what we can do.
It's about not giving up. You know, I hear one of the YAC members always saying that, don't give up. You know, when adults ask you, so how do you do this? You know, how do you start this? And just by being you, by caring, and not giving up on children.
Our approach to this work has always been about finding our strengths, building strong relationships, and working together as partners in making decisions. We've learned that healing can come from sharing laughter, being a part of a supportive community, and fighting for big changes in the system for the brothers and sisters who will come after us.